And we are live, I think. Yeah, cool. What's up, everyone? Hello, hello. Happy
Hi.
Monday. This is episode 22 of Mogul Moves Weekly. We cover everything from box office buzz to industry's biggest power plays and all things Mogul by Movie Pass. I am Luigi. I'm the host of the show, and my co-host Josh. Say hi, Josh.
Welcome in.
A lot to cover today
Yeah,
because we missed last week, Thursday last week. So let's go for it. Some interesting releases this last weekend.
yeah, kind of a fun weekend. I think we talked about this a little bit last week. Last weekend was kind of quiet, sort of underperforming. Um, and that might drift into this weekend being a bit stronger and overperforming. I mean, last weekend, obviously, there was football and crazy weather all across the country. So this weekend was kind of making up for it a little bit. A lot of these overperforming compared to what, we were seeing in the forecasts. Send out the latest numbers around 20 million. I think the highest that I was seeing was closer to like 15 to 17. So pretty strong release there. Um, Shelter was the one in the mix that kind of did about what was expected. It did about 5.5 million. Iron Lung we've talked about a little bit, but it's from a studio through a YouTuber, Markiplier, if people don't know that. So kind of like an interesting niche release. And I don't think anyone would have guessed that it would end up doing 17.8 million opening weekend. Um,
Yeah,
I think the
that's
highest
pretty good.
forecast I was seeing were like 12, 14, 15. So really strong release there. It's always fun to see niche movies like that. Pull in a strong audience. Melania, you know, despite the controversy, doing pretty well, overperforming. I was saying kind of 2 to 5 range, and it ended up clearing 7 million. Um, the Moment
Wow.
was super limited release, 4 theaters, I think two New York, two LA. It did 427K. So that's kind of one to keep an eye on going into the next weekend. And then the one that you shouted out last week, Arco, sort of limited release as well, but it also did over 400K.
Whoa. Okay, that's pretty good. Do you know how many theaters?
Um, it was at 300 theaters, which kind of gives it like
Okay. Yeah.
a normal-ish per theater average, but still top 20 for the weekend.
Whoa, it's crazy. Iron Lung, I mean, this is what Gemini is telling me, was obviously self-financed and it cost $3 million to make.
Damn.
So, and they made 17 million in their first weekend. That's pretty good.
I know the idea of it is that it kind of all takes place in a submarine for the most part. So I would imagine, relatively cheap on like the set and acting design. But yeah, it's cool kind of how well it performed. I'm curious. I wouldn't expect it to have a super long run. I kind of think, if
Hmm.
there's a lot of fans of the YouTube channel that came out to see it, they probably did it opening weekend to support, but I will definitely be curious to see how it shakes out the next couple weeks.
And I wonder where it will go in terms of streaming service.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
will
for
he
sure.
just do it on YouTube or YouTube TV or something? I wonder.
Yeah, I mean, if they own the rights to it, yeah, there might be some path to kind of just hosting it on their own
Y-
YouTube stuff.
Yeah, I'm curious. And it's crazy that the Melania movie actually outperformed what people thought it was going to do. More on that later. I'm seeing The Moment on Friday.
Nice.
So it's like, oh, I've been convinced to watch it. You
Yeah.
guys, The Holdover. We, I know it's crazy, but it is Zootopia again. There just hasn't been any big releases this year or yeah, I guess year so far.
Yeah, this month, I think this will probably be the last week we get to talk about Zootopia. Um, I think the releases this weekend were strong enough that they'll kind of clear out and they'll be the holdovers going forward. But quite the run. I think I read today that it's like the best, the most a movie has grossed from Disney in China ever.
Mm.
You've kind of touched on that a few times,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, it's obviously done crazy well here, but also really performing overseas.
Do you know how much it made last weekend?
Um, this weekend,
This past weekend,
this
yeah.
past weekend, yeah, 5.8 million domestic.
Jeez. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, crazy. It was still number four, right ahead of Shelter.
Gosh. Okay. Well, as Josh mentioned earlier, Iron Lung, Send Help, Melania, at the moment, kind of outperforming or being predicted to outperform their predictions, their estimates. So those are the movers that we chose this week. Um, I am interested to see Send Help. I won't see Iron Lung probably. I definitely won't see Melania, and I'm going to see The Moment on Friday.
Yeah, if you're looking for a midweek movie, there's a lot of options this week.
Yeah. Cool. That takes us to our next segment, our pick holds and drops for the week. What are you thinking, Josh?
Um, I think there's nothing too stand out this week. Solo Mio is what's his name? Paul Blart's new movie. Uh,
Oh,
Kevin James.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Supposed to do between 4 and 9. It's Angel Studios, so uh, it must be somewhat faith-based, I would assume. The Strangers Chapter 3 is coming out this week, supposed to do between 4 and 6. So I think it's kind of going to be a holdover week, but I think if you're not already holding it, I think my pick is probably The Moment.
Okay, my pick is going to be, this is only because we have the data on social media that I'm looking at is Dracula.
Hmm.
And that's because we posted a trailer to Dracula. It's getting quite a bit of traction. Um, it looks really interesting. I think like obviously people love the Dracula story and we want to see like, what their take on it is. But
Yeah,
interested in maybe seeing that.
I was looking at the, do you know who the director of it is?
His name is
It's the guy who made,
Luc, like Luc, something like Luc Besson. Like he's a French guy.
yeah, I think his biggest movies were Leon the Professional and Fifth Element. So
Yes, yeah.
he has like a very high peak in terms of pedigree. I think since then he hasn't made it, he hasn't really put out a ton of hits, but he has enough, I think, name clout that it will always kind of carry some weight. And I haven't seen any numbers for it, but I do think based on what you're seeing, it definitely has the potential to overperform.
Yeah, I mean, I love Fifth Element. That's like such
Me
a
too.
great movie.
I saw it for like the first time last year sometime in theaters.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah,
Such
it
a
was
like,
amazing
oh, I feel like it's such a cult classic.
for
Oh
sure.
shoot, sorry. All right, in terms of holds, I guess I would honestly maybe just hold Zootopia for another week. Like,
Yeah, get one more week out of it.
yeah, yeah.
I think I'm holding Send Help. I
Hmm.
think that probably has the most potential to hold over. Uh, and I guess maybe I'll disagree with you and say I'm dropping Zootopia this week. Maybe this is finally the week that it doesn't rank in the top five, but I could definitely be wrong.
We shall see. We shall see. Okay. Um, yeah, I guess I mean if anyone's holding like Marty Supreme or any of those that came out in December, it's probably time to drop those.
Yeah, there's some inventory to drop.
Yeah, cool. All right, moving on to our trending segment. These are just, a conversation right now around film that we're seeing online. So there is Nancy Myers is confirmed to do a new rom-com in 2027, releasing Christmas week. We'll see. Well, obviously, you never know. But I love Nancy Myers movies. They're so cozy.
What
Um,
has she done?
oh my
I don't
God,
know her by name.
Father of the Bride, The Parent Trap, like Lindsay Lohan's The Parent
Oh
Trap. Like she has
yeah.
a very like specific style of like sets and movies that are like
Yeah.
very cozy and like comforting.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
I'm excited. It has Jude Law, Owen Wilson, Penelope Cruz. Kieran Culkin, and someone else that I don't know. Her name's like Emma something.
Hmm.
Yeah, Nancy Myers. Love that lady. It's just reminding me of like, Catherine O'Hara. That like era of like movies where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cozy.
Um, a little bit about the Melania documentary. So it's pretty surprising that it actually outperformed the estimates because people were trolling it, and maybe that was for that like worked in the favor of the movie, right? Like
Yeah, no bad
net,
press.
yeah, it like piques people's interest. But I was just seeing all of the people posting like screenshots of like Alamo Draft House, and there's like one person there.
Yeah, what did Stacy said there was one other person in his theater.
Yeah,
He
I want to
yeah.
do a heat map. I want to do a heat map of like where the who watched it like across the United States, like Movie Pass users who watched it.
Yeah, we should pull that. I'm guessing New York was probably not the hottest market. Here in Utah, I'm guessing there were some busy theaters.
Yeah, like it's gonna be orange in Utah, you know.
Yeah.
Last night obviously was the Grammys, the new Michael biopic trailer um released last night. So if you guys haven't seen it, I'm gonna be posting it. I'm posting it to our socials today. So check it out if you haven't yet. Um, yeah, it
Crazy
looks
that's coming
okay.
out this year. For some reason, I thought it was further out.
No, it's this year. It looks okay. I don't know. I'm like a huge I was a huge Michael Jackson fan, so like not I just want to see like footage of him dancing and singing, you know. I don't really want to see someone
Yeah,
trying to do it.
that's kind of how I feel about biopics and musical biopics in general. It's like kind of just makes me want to listen to the music.
They're never really that good. Like I'm not really, I mean, there I think we've talked about this before. There are two that stand out to me, like the one about Freddie Mercury, where it
Yeah.
was like what's his name? And then also
Rami.
yeah, yeah, Rami Malek. And then the one about Elton John.
Yeah.
So
And
who
I think
knows? Maybe it'll be good. I don't know
people have some their criticisms of those movies too, for sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
Next up we have our girl, Sydney Sweeney. She is launching, or rather launched, a new lingerie line called Siren. Of course, it's spelled completely absurdly. Um,
Naturally.
yeah, I mean, I just put this picture up here because I'm like, you're in a movie theater. Amazing. Thank you. Um, I've been seeing a lot of like banter and trolling online that's like, if only she had just released or she had just launched a product that was like not geared towards women, it would be successful. Like if she just launched like the Sydney Sweeney football, like it would do amazing. Like the Sydney Sweeney, like I don't know. I'm
What do
trying to
men
think of
like?
another. What?
What do men like?
Yeah, I'm like, what do men like? Sydney Sweeney like toolkit. Like actually that would be amazing. That would be fierce. I would buy that. Every man has a Sydney Sweeney toolkit. But yeah, I mean, women are not her audience. We know that. This weekend is the Super Bowl. With the Super Bowl comes many trailers. I mean, I distinctly remember 2 years ago during the Super Bowl when the Wicked trailer premiered for the first time. It was the first time I was like, oh, they do like trailers during the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
And so
it's low
these,
key kind of like a movie event almost.
yeah, 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 good to know. I always forget. And then so there are a few that are going to be teasers slash trailers coming out in the next week. Michael, we just talked about the Minions 3. I didn't actually know they were doing that. That's going to do amazing. People love
Oh,
Minions.
Disclosure Day is the Spielberg movie. Forgot about that.
Yes, with like
June
Emma.
12th.
Yes, yes, yes.
Really blunt. Yeah.
Um, Emma Blunt. I always get the Emmas confused. I'm like Emma Watson, Emma Blunt, Emma Stone. I always like mix them up.
Yeah.
And then we got Toy Story 5, which is people are excited about, I know.
We haven't
The man
we haven't seen any trailers for that, I don't think. So that's kind of big.
no, No, we've just seen some artwork, and that artwork has teased um that the antagonist in the movie is going to be an iPad.
Right. Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, mostly
Yeah.
just like a lot of teases for these movies. So
Yeah.
some might get some like actual real trailers this Sunday.
Mandalorian and Grogu, which I'm excited for. I love that series. And Super Mario Galaxy movie. I mean, I'm really excited for Super Mario Galaxy movie. I just posted the trailer on our social like last night because I realized I hadn't yet. And it looks really good. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I think it has the potential to be pretty explosive. Like the take the kind of magic they nailed with the first movie and like lean into the like galaxy space angle. There's just like so much fun stuff they could do.
And apparently this one features Yoshi quite a bit, which I love. It's like one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Although whenever I play Mario Kart, I am one person only. I'm always this person, and it is Toad.
Add that to the Luigi wiki,
The lore.
Luigi
I
lore.
don't know why. I just always identified with that little guy. All right, moving on. We got some polls, new polls on Mogul. Not new since last time we spoke, guys. There's all the polls, obviously, for the Oscars. I wanted to go over two specifically around the supporting roles. So who will win Best Actress in a Supporting Role? It's kind of like a little bit of a tie between Tiana Taylor and Elle Fanning. I definitely agree. I might put the other star of that movie, Sentimental Value, in there, Inga. I cannot pronounce her last name. I truly can't. I don't even want to. Lilias? Ibs daughter Lilias?
Something Norwegian.
Yeah. So those two I think are like pretty safe bets on who's gonna win. I think it's gonna be Tiana.
Yeah,
She's
I think
just
that's. I mean, I like both of these as polls. They're like, there's not an obvious answer quite
yeah,
like it is for lead.
yeah.
I never saw Sentimental Value.
Oh,
I
it's so
need
good.
to check it before the Oscars.
Yeah, it's streaming, I believe. So
Oh, nice.
definitely check it out. It's I feel like more suited for a stream than it is
Mhm.
for
Yeah,
movie theaters, but that's not according to Stellan Skarsgård, who is nominated for Best Actor in a Supporting Role alongside Benicio del Toro. Those two are kind of not. There's definitely not a tie. I do feel like Stellan is maybe the. I think he that's the favored pick. So if you guys are voting for Benicio del Toro, I think that might just be wishful thinking. Although he was amazing in one battle.
he, yeah, he definitely has like he's like the most charming part of that movie in a
Yeah.
sense, but he probably doesn't carry quite as hard as I imagine Stellan does.
Or Sean Penn, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, honestly, yeah, Sean Penn definitely like hits really hard in that movie.
And I haven't seen Frankenstein. My husband watched it this weekend without me. More on that later. But apparently Jacob Elordi's really good in this, and Frankenstein the movie is amazing. So
Looking at I'm curious the Vegas odds for best supporting actor have Stellan by quite a wide margin.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's kind of weird that Benicio and Sean Penn are both, from the
hmm
same movie. It's kind of like splitting the vote a little bit, maybe,
yeah.
which is what we saw at I think it was the Golden Globes. Um, and Jacob Elordi definitely like solid in the role, but I don't think I would pick him.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're kind of cannibalizing like if you have two actors from the same movie in the same category.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
like you almost would get some votes just because people love that movie so much.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Exactly.
and then they're like immediately split because like it is kind of a toss up. Like they're both great, but in very like differing
Different ways.
directions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Totally. You hate the Penn character, but love Benicio del Toro. I totally get that.
Yep.
All right. There's been no movement on the leaderboard this week, even though there's obviously scoring happening.
Mhm.
So good job, guys. If you're on in the top five, keep on keeping on. You got this. And if you haven't yet, sign up for Sign up to play Mogul at mogulgame.moviepass.com. There's a 100K prize pool. You guys know the deal. It's free to play. Get in there, do some polls, score some points, and we'll see you on Thursday.